I was done, but just getting started, bit far from finish. Gotta keep it right up in the shot, and I ain't talking Dennis. And I'm asking by if anybody trying to.
Alright, let's gang. Right now we are back with another Sidhu Moosewala Trap Lord Ross clip. This is the Punjabi rap wars. I can't even say the word, but y'all know what it is, man. It's basically a very dangerous war, I guess, that happened. I had no clue Sidhu had ops, or at least I didn't know the name of his ops. This one is Karan Aujla. We gonna see what's going on. Make sure you hit that like button, hit subscribe button. Y'all know I be trying to tap into Sidhu and, you know what I'm saying, find out more. You feel me? Find out more about him, bro. And then it's like, it's crazy. Now I'm realizing, bro, I've always heard Sidhu Moosewala, bro. I used to follow the Great Khali on Instagram, and then now, like, I don't follow him anymore, but like his posters still pop up, and all his music was Sidhu Moosewala. I never realized that until today, y'all. That's crazy. But yeah, we're gonna see what's going on. Hit that like button, subscribe button, man. I got a chair malfunction going on right now, so the quicker I can, the more y'all hit that like button, hit subscribe button, the quicker I can get that new chair, man. So make sure y'all tapping in. And let's see, man. I never knew about this.
Despite Sidhu Moosewala earning the crown as one of the greatest Punjabi rap stars to do it in a very short space of time, he was by no means the first or only artist to occupy this space. Karan Aujla is a Canadian Punjabi artist who, just like Sidhu, saw a meteoric rise to the top of the music scene in the late 2010s. Granted, Karan Aujla had a head start on Sidhu in the music game.
Late 2010s, in the late 2010s, that's really a thing.
Single Cell Phone back in 2014, but it wasn't until around 2018-19 that he was reaching the same heights as Sidhu. Jaskaran Singh Karan Aujla was originally from the Gurala village in the Ludhiana district of Punjab. Ludhiana is one of the most populous and largest cities in Punjab, which meant that Karan's upbringing was a lot different from Sidhu's. Famous for its apparel industry, Ludhiana has sometimes been called the Manchester of India, because in the UK, Manchester is kind of England's next largest city after London, and it's been known for centuries for its cotton and clothing production. So Ludhiana is basically the fabric hotspot of Punjab. Famous for its huge collections of fabrics, woolens, hosiery, even the textiles equipment that are exported to various other parts of the country. So think about the contrast between these two guys. Sidhu is from a small village. Musa is known for being a salt-of-the-earth, tractor-driving street kid, or Jat, whereas Karan actually grew up in the city, surrounded by more people and fashion. It's a completely different world, but just like Sidhu, Karan had an early interest in music, especially lyricism, and he would get his start ghostwriting for other established artists. After starting his career as a lyricist for Jasai Gill's song Range. As well as Gill, he was a ghostwriter for Mangat, Garan Kokri, and many other prominent artists in this space. However, again, just like Sidhu, after initial success and seeing his songwriting lead to hits, he would become a solo star in his own right, and his 2016 debut song, Property of Punjab, put him on the map musically. The video itself had some similar motifs to Sidhu's, like a tractor working in a field at the start of the video, but Karan walks from that tractor straight to a mansion surrounded by supercars, which kind of goes to show you, even from his debut song, he wanted to present the image of moving away from the fields of the working class to the flashy life of cars and mansions. Kind of the opposite of what Sidhu Moosewala was trying to do, staying in touch with his working class roots and identifying proudly as a Jat. From here, Karan Aujla would build up an incredible buzz in the Punjabi music scene, releasing track after track on an impeccable run that put him on the map very much in the same way as Sidhu when he started his career. Karan would drop tracks like the female-focused Yarian Shafiq, as well as a song called Unity, which also came with a West Coast hip-hop inspired video actually filmed in the hood of LA's Inglewood. From there, he dropped the party track Alcohol 2, a sequel to another collab he'd done called Alcohol, and Lafafe, the latter of which was reportedly a diss track aimed directly at Sidhu Moosewala. This song would come out in March 2018, but it turned out that their beef had apparently started behind the scenes back in 2017. The pair were apparently cordial together until sometime in 2017, a leaked video of Sidhu threatening Aujla would cause tensions between them to rise. According to Ellie Mangat, an artist whom both collaborated with, a video was leaked to Karan's management where Sidhu had been dissing Karan. This apparently caused back and forth violent threats between the two, and around this time, Karan released a new song called Up and Down, which he wrote for an artist called Deep Jandu. And the song included several lines which could be interpreted as disses towards Sidhu, hinting at being betrayed by a loser former friend and calling
that boy was ghostwriting diss songs to Sidhu.
out somebody for acting like a lion but really being a snake. At this point, these were just little behind the scenes jabs, which music fans wouldn't have likely picked up on, but that would all change when Karan Aujla decided to drop his song Lafafe on the 15th of March 2018, a track which today sits around 30 million views and was the first public escalation in this beef. Lafafe translate to envelopes or polybags, a reference to somebody giving bribes to get ahead, with this potentially being a sneak diss at Sidhu, suggesting that he actually paid to get ahead in the music industry, portraying him as some kind of industry plant, as well perhaps a way of dragging Sidhu's supposed future ambitions in politics by kind of labeling him as a corrupt, with the hook of the song basically saying that they will burn the envelopes that Sidhu used to get ahead. But things would go much deeper than just the title, as many lyrics on the track appeared to take subliminal shots at Sidhu directly. The song begins with a sample of Sidhu singing the lyrics of Sanam Bular, the other artist featured on this diss track, so kind of calling Sidhu a fan, with Sanam Bular then dissing Sidhu, calling him a fake gangbanger, as well as mentioning people imitating Tupac, who famously was indeed one of Sidhu's biggest influences, as he would claim that he would beat the Tupac imitators with hockey sticks. He would then lean into the tough guy persona on this track, rapping about having goons in his crew and saying that half of his friends are in jail and the rest are on the run. Karan Aujla then begins his verse, taking shots at Sidhu, calling him a fake gangster who looks up the names of guns for his songs on Google. He would call out his haters and say that his ops envy him and he loves making them mad. Now this track was a major provocation, and at this point the beef was publicly frying. When Lafafe dropped in March 2018,
I want to know what was leaked that Sidhu said about him. He not really touching on that. What did he say to make these niggas that mad? You feel me? Like, what did he say to make? Well, what happened? They just said it was a leaked call about him talking about him or dissing him. Like, but what did he say though? You know?
He was still on an impeccable run of dropping music, so he wouldn't officially respond to the track for a few months until after he released his latest hit song, Dark Love, in July 2018. But then, later that same month, after dropping that mainstream hit, Sidhu would get on Demon Time and prepare his response to Karan Aujla. He would then unofficially drop his response, Warning Shots, on the 20th of July 2018. The song features a frequent collaborator of Sidhu's,
Sonny, I might have to tap into that song, y'all.
On the track, Sidhu directly responds to Lafafe and says that he actually made it to the top off the back of his hard work, rather than through envelopes or polybags that were mentioned on the diss song. He would then claim that Karan Aujla makes music only when he's smoking weed, and that the weed has ruined his ability to see that Sidhu is clearly better at rapping. Sidhu then references the leaks that surfaced online that caused this beef, saying that his unreleased leaks are better than Karan's official drops. Sonny Moulton then takes shots at Karan Aujla on his verse, questioning his street credibility and saying that he's not about that life. He then invites Karan to Brampton in Canada to show him a real gang block where they actually kill people. He'd even threatened to shoot, rapping that his gun loves smoking and that he wants to take it to Amsterdam. Sonny then rebuts the lyrics that were mocking Sidhu for being inspired by Tupac, saying that his ops are fans and they plan to ride on their ops just like Tupac did on Hit 'Em Up. Sidhu then directly mocks Karan Aujla and Sanam Bular by referring to the music video for Lafafe, mentioning the scene where they show them beating up a group of men with hockey sticks, with Sidhu claiming to have made the guys.
He said, I made y'all just move with a cell phone. I never heard the. Hey, that's crazy. Y'all don't tell me about. See, this is. I like negativity, y'all. I'm sorry, I do. Y'all didn't tell me about nothing about this. I didn't know about this. I didn't know about this beef. I would have loved to tap into this. What the heck?
The videos with the sticks move with just one phone call, perhaps hinting that he can make a call and have real demons with hockey sticks pull up, or he might be saying that he called those specific people after seeing them in the video and pressed them. Next, Sidhu denies learning about guns that he raps about from the internet, saying that he always stays armed, and claiming that he has the heart to shoot and get shot at. Something that's eerily prophetic, as it was reported that Sidhu was actually the only man to shoot back at his attackers on the day that he was killed. Then Sidhu references the Up and Down song that Aujla wrote, saying that this song is a direct response, and that's followed by Sidhu claiming that he will check anybody who disses him. Now, this track was a major response and set the Indian music scene on fire. Fans would comment how this beat had catapulted both artists at the time and sparked far more interest in the Punjabi music scene than ever before. But now, other than threats sent back and forth between camps, this beef stayed primarily in music. However, it did create a large divide between both fan bases and caused a lot of fans to pick a side. Many discussions over who was the better artist would take place after this beef popped off publicly, with most people clearly choosing Sidhu Moosewala as the better artist and the winner of the beef. But at this point, these two artists were huge in the scene. Essentially, this beef would be like the current Kendrick Lamar versus Drake beef, but for the Punjabi scene. And naturally, this brought a whole lot of extra clout and attention to both artists. And Sidhu's next move off the momentum of this beef was about to be huge, because on the 18th of October 2018, Sidhu Moosewala released his first full-length album, PBX1, and he did it with the support of T-Series, India's biggest music label, and at one time PewDiePie's biggest op. Now, the cover art of PBX1 perfectly encapsulated Sidhu's unique style. He'd be crouching on the front cover, rocking his turban but with Western clothes in front of an American lowrider. This was the quintessential gangster rap for a Punjabi audience, and a completely unique and authentic look at the modern-day globalized Indian youth culture. Now, the production on this tape is much more focused on the American trap-style drums that match Sidhu's aggressive singing and lyrical content, but it still maintains that authentic Punjabi culture in the vocals and the melodies that make the project feel completely unique and fresh if you normally listen to Western gangster rap. Now, the project PBX1 resonated with Indians all over the world and was a huge success, with this generally being considered considered a classic album in the Punjabi rap world. It hit #1 on iTunes for Indian pop music, and it hit number 66 on Billboard's Canadian albums chart. This project went down as one of the great Punjabi projects and arguably is Sidhu's best work. At this point, he was cemented as a megastar in the Punjabi and especially Sikh communities. He was beloved in India and by Indians around the world, and he would even begin to tour internationally off the back of So High and PBX1's success. But it wasn't just Sidhu capitalizing on the momentum of this beef. That same month, Karan Aujla would begin dropping a string of hit songs that really saw him break into the next level of the Punjabi music scene. In October of 2018, just 2 days after PBX1 released, Karan Aujla dropped Don't Worry, which today has over 180 million views on YouTube. A track where he continued to lean into the gangster image that he'd been cultivating in his back and forths with Sidhu. And in the lyrics, he would hint towards using guns and threatening to kill anyone who looks at his girl. There'd even be a verse from a woman kind of playing the role of his girl, where she sings about being scared to tell him about her problems because he squeezes people like lemons. This kind of gangster love track sort of painted Karan Aujla as sort of the Ja Rule to Sidhu Moosewala's 50 Cent, with Sidhu kind of presenting the more authentic gangster image and sound in his music. And Karan Aujla would follow up with another hit song in February 2019 called Don't Look, which now has over 170 million views on YouTube. Another track where he got tough on the mic, rapping about catching bodies and people dying after going up against them, as well as there being hits on him.
He said, when I what? He just overly indicted himself when I come in at the weekend dying. I have ordered to be shy.
Mike rapping about catching bodies and people dying after going up against them, as well as there being hits on him. Track also had an American-themed music video with plenty of lowriders bouncing through the scene, and the beat even had a little G-funk vibe to it, but overall was sounding a lot more dated than Moosewala's modern rap-inspired Punjabi anthems. But elsewhere on the song, Karan would hint towards his beef with Sidhu, rapping about not getting along with artists. But he too was on a legendary run that would continue until the end of 2019, with his next hit dropping on the 3rd of December, Cheetah Kurta, which translates to white tunic, a traditional ethnic clothing of Punjab, which Sidhu too can be often seen wearing. Now this song has almost 300 million views, and even some of the biggest rappers in the West struggle to get these kind of numbers. And to this day, it's rare to see a Karan Aujla track that doesn't explode internationally, and his most recent song, Nothing Lasts, managed to rack up 20 million views in just its first month. Sidhu had already gone on the run of a lifetime and cemented himself as a pioneering legend of Punjabi rap. But off the back of the beef with Sidhu in the year that followed, in many ways, Karan Aujla kind of caught up with him, cementing his own legacy with a string of hits garnering hundreds of millions of views. And despite the animosity between them, the beef had actually done wonders for their careers and images. However, in 2019, it would be a huge year for Sidhu too, but for reasons more than just music. Because just like Tupac Shakur, who he'd modeled himself on, Sidhu had ambitions beyond rap. With a revolutionary spirit and hundreds of millions of followers watching his every move, Sidhu would soon hatch a plan to try and create an impact that was much bigger than music. And so in 2019, Sidhu Moosewala decided to make his rap lyrics much more political, casting his eye to the world of politics as he started using his music as a plan to get into the halls.
See, that's what I know more of right now. Like when y'all tell me some of the stuff he be saying, and like some of the, then when I see the translation, it do be a lot more political than like the drill type bars that they're saying that he was putting out, you know?
Of power and try and make changes in his country and community. But the only problem is, not everyone would be happy about this hotshot celebrity rapper getting political. Unfortunately for Sidhu Moosewala, getting into politics and dissing the government meant he would soon attract the attention of the most powerful people in the country, who weren't about to let a young upstart seize control of the culture. Before you knew it, Sidhu would be going to war with the politicians and fighting a battle that might be impossible to win.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I never had any clue about this war or whatever that was going on. If y'all want me to react to the songs, I'll definitely react to the songs as well and see. Just see. Shoot, I ain't gonna lie. See what was being said, man. So if y'all want that, let me know in the comment section, man. Make sure y'all leave likes, hit the subscribe button if you new, and turn that bell on so y'all know when I post, man. And we gone, man.
I'm fuck with.
Thought that I was done, but just getting started. Jump off for finish. Gotta keep it right up in the shot, and I ain't talking dentist. And I'm asking by if anybody trying to